amazing and fantastic and wonderful. I've got some decaf coffee here. This is a coffee mug. Did I write the date? So for those that have been following me for, you know, the past 4 years, you guys know that Aaron and I on the 6th of December and on the 6th of June on our actual like first date anniversary, we'll be together in June, 5 years. We always go to this place called Purple Glaze, and I tried to like make my own sort of like almost ombre coffee mug. I don't know how well I did, but it's a good sized coffee mug and I am really excited. Have I had to reheat it already? Yes. And Cleo, my co-star, is needing in. So give me a hot second. Cleo. Cleo. I know, how dare I start without you? I'm so sorry. What was I thinking? I know. Worst mom ever. Worst mom ever. Okay, so I've missed seeing you guys. I've missed being able to record on a semi-regular basis. I do like bulk recordings to try and like, life is getting crazier and crazier. For example, Alex crawled all the way across the living room into the foyer this morning while Aaron was cleaning the foyer. That was great, right, Cleo? It's great that we have a moving 8-month-old. His school has now said that he has to have a sippy cup and that he has to wear shoes now. Hello, Cleo. I don't know how I'm going to handle all of these changes. I mean, moms have been doing it for thousands of years, but I feel like I'm in denial that my child is as old as he is. And I know that it just goes by faster. Okay, so melodramaticness aside, I'm gonna take a sip of my decaf because I already had caffeine, but I still want coffee. So hold on. Yes. Okay, so today's video is all about my TBR for the second quarter of the year. So I have sort of decided that I'm not really gonna make like real TBRs unless it's for like readathons or like a reading vlog or anything specific like that, because I'm a mood reader. That is just, I have come to accept the fact that I'm a mood reader, and I really hate saying I'm going to 150% read that and then I don't, because I don't make it to that, or another book has been pushed to the top of my TBR because of other booktubers or the Currently Reading podcast or, you know, something like that, and then I feel guilty because then I'm like, sorry guys, I didn't read it. But I did make a 5-book TBR for the first quarter of the month, or for the first quarter of the year, and I did read 4 out of 5 of those books. So I think that that's a really good like indicator that that TBR kind of worked for me. Like I felt as though I was able to really get into it. So let's just get started. The first book that I have is The Mysterious Benedict Society. This is by Trenton Lee Stewart. This is a middle grade book. And I am buddy reading this with Em from the Glittery Bookworm on Bookstagram. She's so sweet, and asked if I would buddy read this with her, and I think that that's going to be so much fun. I love the fact that there are like illustrations in here at the beginning of the chapters, and I've heard so many good things about this book that I'm really excited to dive deeper into it. So it says, are you a gifted child looking for special opportunities? When this particular ad appears in the newspaper, dozens of children enroll to take a series of mysterious, mind-bending tests. And you, dear reader, can test your wits right alongside them. I think that that's fun. But in the end, just 4 very special children will succeed. They're challenged to go on a secret mission that only the most intelligent and resourceful children could complete. With their newfound friendship at stake, will they be able to pass the important test of all? Welcome to the mysterious Benedict Society. So I'm really, really excited to be diving into this. I actually hauled this like over a year ago at Half Price Books in Oklahoma City with Catherine. I bought this and The Geek Guide's Girl to Murder by Julie Ann Lindsay. I'm still sad. Still salt in my wounds that series was not continued, and there's only 3 books in the series, and it left off on cliffhanger. But it's so good, guys. I would 100% recommend going and reading The Geek Girl's Guide to Murder. So good. So that is The Mysterious Benedict's Society. The next book that I am going to be reading, or hopefully reading, is Practical Magic by Alice Hoffman. This is it's one of my absolute favorite books or movies of all time ever. Like, anytime fall hits or anytime I'm like in an off mood, I can always go watch this movie and I'm automatically in a better mood. Now, if you guys watched my wrap up from March, I did listen to Magic Lessons by Alice Hoffman, and I was able to, like, it was so good on audio. 15 years ago, I tried reading this book, but I just couldn't get into it, mostly because of how different it is from the movie. But I am, I think about like 20 or 30 pages into this so far, and it's still not grabbing me, but I'm going to still give it a chance because I want to read all of them. I want to read I read Magic Lessons. I want to read the next one, which has the aunts in it, and then this one, and then there's another one coming out later this year in November, I believe. And so if you don't know what Practical Magic is about, it's about the Owen sisters, or sort of like the Owens women family line. For the past 200 years, the Owen sisters the Owen ladies have lived in a very small town in Massachusetts, and this book follows the newest generation of the Owens women, and that is Jillian and Sally, and how much that they have endured during their childhood of being named witches and sort of being picked on their whole entire lives. Both of them think that they can get out of this by getting married. It says, their elderly aunts seem to encourage the whisper of witchery with their musty house and their exotic concoctions and their crowd of black cats. But all Jillian and Sally wanted was to escape. One will do so by marrying, the other one will be by running away. But the bonds they share will bring them back almost as if by magic. And so I'm excited to read that and sort of like see how much maybe my reading taste has changed. I really do think that Alice Hoffman's writing has just gotten that much better. But so yeah, super excited to read that. The next book I have is Without a Brew by Ellie Alexander. This was the one book from my first quarter TBR that I did not get through and so I just pushed it onto this one because I love Ellie Alexander so much, guys. This is the 4th book in the Sloane Krause mystery series. I have it physically, but I am also reading it on my Libby app, and or actually no, I'm reading it from Libby, and I am on page let's see, 72. I'm 25% of the way through this book, and of course, guys, I'm loving it like I always do. I love her writing, her stories, her protagonists. They are so good. So this is a beer cozy mystery. And it says it's winter in the Bavarian village of Leavenworth, Washington, which for local brewmaster Sloane Krause means lots of layers, pine and citrus flavored craft beers, and getting the new guest rooms at Nitro into pristine condition before visitors flood in for Ice Fest. A local tradition filled with fireworks, ice carving, and winter games of all varieties. But Sloane and her boss Garrett quickly learned that being brew keepers turned innkeepers may not be as idyllic as they thought. And I it's just so good. I love the fact that Ellie writes mysteries within mysteries, so you also have like a common thread through all 4 books trying to figure out more information about Sloane's past, and so is she. Like, she's figuring out more about her past, and I just love that so much. It makes my heart super, super, super happy. The next book I have is the second book in Pages & Co. The Lost Fairy Tales by Anna James. This is a middle grade book. This is the second one in the series. I did read The Book Wanderers, or Tilly and the Book Wanderers, last month, I believe, and I really, really adored it. It was fantastic. I loved actually physically holding a book and reading it, because you guys know I read a lot of my books on my Kindle, and while that is super, super convenient because of WhisperSync and it goes to all of my devices and I can read in the middle of the night when I have to wake up with Alex, I just really miss like the smell. Like, this just reminds me of like the Scholastic Book Fair, like the smell of Scholastic. Anyway, so it says, Tilly and her best friend Oscar are book wanderers, a remarkable group of people who, using the magical powers of books, can travel inside any story they choose. But on a wintry visit to Paris, the friends wander inside of a book of fairy tales to find that peculiar things are happening. Characters are getting lost, stories are all mixed up, and mysterious plot holes are opening without warning. I am super, super, super excited to dive deeper into that. And my last book that I actually do not have on me because it isn't released yet. Or no, I do have it, but I don't think I've got it in physical. I think I have it on Kindle. But that is Murder in the Reading Room by Ellery Adams. I fell behind on this series, don't know how, don't know why. But her 7th book is coming out in this month, and I need to be able to get to it quick, and I want to know more about what's happening and everything like that. So it's based on sort of an inn or a manor that has turned into a bed and breakfast kind of place, and every room has a specific bookish theme, and I love it so much, guys. It is a brilliant series. Anything written by Ellery Adams is absolutely fantastic, and you won't regret picking up anything by Ellery Adams. I'm super, super excited about this quarterly TBR. Do you guys do quarterly TBRs? Do you do monthly? Like, I don't know. I just found that this is a good way to not force myself, but like give me the opportunity to read by like on a whim, like whatever mood I'm in. But I also have it in the back of my mind, oh yeah, you also wanted to read this, 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 and this. And keeping it at 5 books, I mean, that's not too hard, if you ask me. Like, for me, it's not too hard. So, that's the end of this chapter of Courtagonist. I hope that you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, guys, happy reading. Bye.